Welcome back. So tonight I will be doing some box opening of Last Winter. I've got a couple cases to go through. Basically, just want to kind of hang out while I open these from my web store. Probably go through these fairly fast. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on each deck unless we come across something pretty interesting. Every one of these boxes has 4 boosters, and every booster has 4 decks, so it adds up pretty quickly. But yeah, let's just kind of get into it. I am always excited to open new packs and see what we get. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get started. Got ourselves an Abyssal Demon here, our Necreon pack. We got a Cacklebones, Conscript the Dead, so we got a Soulbind, nice. We got the Bloodlord, Crypt Hunter, Shard Witch, Revenant, Restless Dead, Sacrifice Chamber, and a Spiteful Spirit. And our Forgeborn, got a Nyx there with Rebellion, Raising Dead, and Loyal Beyond Death. Definitely like to see Loyal Beyond Death at the last level, because getting to reanimate a creature is far more interesting than getting to get a free minion from losing your creature. But yeah, if anybody sees something interesting, wants me to chat a little more about one of these decks, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to chill for a bit. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Got ourselves an Arrogant Scrapper, Bolstering Assassin, the Brigard Carrier, Camouflage Guide, Mech Armory, Aggressive Allomancer, Renewal, Sentinel, Infiltrator, and Silver Arc. And that comes with a Steel Rosetta with Optimize, Flight Modifications, and Boost. No Soulbind in that one. No biggie. Definitely want to see a few Blighted Forgeborn make an appearance out of all these boxes, because those tend to be the fun ones, especially the Cersei and the Sunder. And there's some interesting Ironbeards as well. I think, for me, Oros is probably the weakest of them. Alright, Staff, Shaman, Chain Lightning, Smash Fist, Disintegrate, Watchdog, Mount of Heroes, Scorchmane Dragon, Mongosaur, and a Stone Fist. And that'll come with a Korok there. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I can slow it down a little bit. Packages are definitely not the most fun to open. Maybe, I mean, I think we're beyond the point where Stoneblade's ever going to add pull tabs to these. Alright, got the Ardent Aetherhound. Ardent is definitely one of my favorite modifiers. Got the Botanimate. Taro, okay, getting some life gain going on in set 3. Got the Guardian and the Predatory Attack. Roaring Bartok, interesting. Behemoth, Spring Bloom Raptor, okay. Stegodon Alpha, and a Terra Forebear. And a Nova with some upgrade. It's actually a pretty interesting deck in the amount of health you get, or life gains, synergy, not necessarily synergies, but just procs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's still pretty high for a set 3 deck, since life gain is not really one of their core things going on. So let's move on to our next deck. We got an Abyssal Butcher. That's a nice modifier on the Butcher. I'm always a fan of slay creatures with Abyssal on them. So you got the Butcher, Arrogant Spirit, Blight School Bomb, another Crypt Hunter, Explosive Demise, got a Hibernating Geist, Hibernating Terror, okay, Hungering Strike, Portal Shade, and a Zinnis with another Nyx there. Alright, moving on to Alolan. We've got ourselves an Aerial Assault right there on top. Alright, Arrogant Justicar, Arrogant Tactician, Lucid Echoes, got a Metamind Warden, a Metasite, Salvage Specimen, the Soul Cipher, Stout Hacker, and a Silver Arc. And we got Crux Kobold here. Mind Wipe, Shattered Psyche, and Determined Choice at 4. Here comes the Hawk Rider. Radius, we're only about 7 decks in. This is the 7th deck, so not very far. Nothing too spicy yet. You know, just some average decks. No, we got a Soulbind off of our first pack, but it was just the Conscript the Dead. So we got the Ardent Hawk Rider, got Arrogant Crasher, Arrogant Worm. Charger Mammoth is kind of nice with all those arrogant creatures. Disintegrating Flamestoker. Got a War Stoker. Lava Field Watchdog, Stone Skin, Unstable Vortex. Okay. And we got a Korok. Nothing too bad there. And we'll check out this Utera deck. So I don't think we've opened any Betrayers yet. That's not that I've noticed. I feel like set 3 had a bit of a higher pull rate on Betrayers. But that could just be confirmation bias. Alright. The Wild Man. Another Carnivorous Taro. Cherished Shrine. Might of Trees. Nature's Progression. Overgrown. Listless Wanderer. Shaman's Channeling. A Spiky Raptor. And a Venerable Aetherhound. And got a Nova coming up. Alright. And after I get through this box, I need to go grab, I'm going to put all this trash. I forgot to grab that before we started, so. Oh, hey, look. Speaking of Betrayers, right on top there. A nice Betrayer Burnout. Number 6. Definitely looks nice in that Necreon frame there. Always like the alternate frame. Alright, Covetous Bloodlord. Another Crypt Haunter. I think we're 3 for 3 on Crypt Haunters. Forsaken Mausoleum. Haunting Alluvion. Haunting Moeba. Got Shambling Demon. Stalking Direhound. A Death Seeker. And a Vyric's Embrace. And just a plain old Unbladed Circe. Sorrow, Grave Robbery, and Soul Siphon. So, nice little Betrayer action. I feel like sometimes when I get Betrayers, I always get like 2 in the same pack. So let's see if we can get a second one here. Right, Guard Justicar, Lightforge Sentry, Mobilizing Assassin, Portatron, Sonic Burst, Spirit Forge, the twins there, a couple stabilizing creatures, and a Stout Prophet, and another Crux. Mind Wipe, Turn Choice, and Shattered Psyche. Yeah, double stabilizing is an interesting thing to see, especially with a lot of strategy around like Dark Forge Drain decks. And even just like against a Rubble Spark that's out of control, stabilizing can be a nice thing to have there. Oh, this one's fighting back. Yeah, Betrayer Soulbinds are definitely rare. I think I've opened like maybe three or so in all the stuff I've opened. So you got this Abetting Sparker, another Charger Mammoth, got a Frostvale Keeper, got an Ice Storm, Mount of Heroes. Here comes a Scorchmane, Sparking Colossus, nice with a Shard back, Summoning Giant, and a Vigilant Master. Okay. And oops, what's that? We've got Korok with that level 1 Deep Burn. Betting Sparker is actually an interesting one. I'm not a big fan of Sparker because it kind of telegraphs your play, but giving that breakthrough is kind of nice. Alright. Got a nice Batterhide showing on this Utera deck. Oh, was there a mount in this deck? I missed that. Oh yeah, I guess there is. Yeah, mount with a stout Shardback is pretty nice too. Yeah. All right. Ardent Batterhide. I got a Botanimate, Druid's Chant, Nature's Progression. Oh, there's second Betrayer in the pack. Betrayer Restless Dead. Shard Plate Behemoth, Shepherding Willow, Stegodon Alpha, Stout Decay Star, and the Wolfstar Djinn. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Number 5 as well. Alright, one more pack out of this first box to go. No foil decks yet. There's always the chance. Alright. And no Blighted Forgeborn yet. Just the one Soulbind. Alright. Got that Arrogant Drake. Combat Creeper. Dissipating Spectre. Explosive Demise. Oh, a Fraud's Experiment. Here we go. Alright, so this this is number 0571. Stealth. When it deals damage, it gets +2/+2, and when you activate it, you can deal damage with it. So let's see what its progression is once you get through the rest. Got the Gloom Reaper, Mortal Echoes, Malicious Revenant, Sacrifice Chamber, and a Vile Direhound. Not really the modifier you want to see on a Direhound. Let's see. At second level, it's got the Activate and the +2/+2 ability. And on the... That's also on number 1. Okay. Let's see. First ability. Okay, so this is just a 5/5 that gets the +2/+2 whenever it deals damage. So yeah, that's a nice pull. Definitely the spiciest thing we've seen so far. That's a pretty good loadout for a Fraud's Experiment, especially since that cycle 2 is when you get the activated ability and the buffing effect at the same time. So it's basically an 8/8 when you first play it with a little vampire effect. So definitely dig that. Alright. Got ourselves an Advancing Juggernaut. Not a keyword I like. Got Arrogant Tactician. Nice big Camouflage Scavenger. Echoes, Metamine, Metasight, Overwhelming. Got a Stout Champion, Suppressing Justicar, and our Silver Arc. And we've got a Tinker, Boost, and Augment. Yeah, it's hard to get the perfect experiment. Got a couple nice ones. It's always nice to have... I think I like the activate to do damage, gain life ability the most. I think those are the ones that can kind of run away with things. Alright, got ourselves an Aether Tap, Deep Frost Guardian, got a Firebranding Warstoker and a Flamestoker Ritual. Got a Fleet Crasher, Frostvale Keeper, Ice Storm, Wildfield Watchdog, Mount of Heroes. Another Stout Shardback with that Mount of Heroes. And just a plain old Sunder. Gathering Storm at 3. Losing focus here. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. Gathering Storm at 3. Outwit and Summon the Swarm. Alright. Let's see if we can find something fun with this Taro. Trying not to damage the cards. Alright, got our Taro. Cultivating Guardian's nice. Deep Branch Prowler. Everflow Eidolon. Fertile Ground. Definitely one I like. Betrayer Gloom Reaper Hag. To go with that Taro. Haunting Raptor. A Prevailing Bear. Nice. And a Venerable Breakwood. And another Wolfstar Gem. And we've got ourselves a Nova for that deck. Bounty, Might, and United. That's one. Okay, I'm going to step away for just a second. I need to grab a trash bag because I forgot to do that. Causing all kinds of chaos over here. Trash everywhere. Keep our workspace tidy. Alright, here we go. On to number 2 box. Further out of the way. Alright. Anything anybody's looking for in particular? Keep the eye out for. Particular card combos people are looking for. I am currently looking for a River of Souls with a Betrayer Crawl Souls. Yeah, it's a nice one. I'm currently looking for a Shambling Direhound with a River of Souls deck. Okay, Dark Shaper with a good with a strong Nyx ability. Yep. And then, yeah, Betrayer River of Souls is always one to be on the lookout for. Alright. Got the Blight Skull Bomb, Cold Heart Brute, Dissipating Spectre, Gloom Reaper Hag, Hibernating Revenant, Hungering Strike, Nyrali Engulfer, Restless Dead. There's a River of Souls, and a Sacrifice Chamber. So, a couple nice Exalt synergies. You got the Engulfer and the Cold Heart Brute with the River Souls Sacrifice Chamber. That's kind of nice. And we got a decent Nyx with the Dead Winter, Rebellion at 2-3, and Raising Dead. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Radis about the Shambling Shardback, because without a self-damage source, that might be a little tricky. I don't know if Shardback only shows up if you have self-damage. It must not. You must be able to get it without that, because I've seen Betrayer Shardbacks before. Alright. Got our Arrogant Justicar, Citadel Sculptor, it's a nice big sculptor, Guard Archivist, Lightforged Sentry, another Lucid Echoes, Mobilizing Engineer, Sonic Burst, always nice to see. Spirit Forge Sentinel with the Spirit Seal Infiltrator. Been seeing this run of cards a lot today. This Sentinel, Infiltrator, and Silver Arc. And with that, we've got another Crux there. Yeah, after I said that, I realized that I had gotten an online deck that had a Betrayer Shard back in it. One of the Phantoms. So, it's a Loyan. Alright. Got ourselves an Abetting Giant. Aether Tap. Arrogant Colossus. Combat Sparker. Deep Frost Guardian. Deep Frost Hills. Got a Goliath, so we got a Soulbind there. Flaming Stone Fist, Stone Skin, and a Wildfire Maiden. So just the 2 Exalts with the Wildfire. And got a Stronghold, Blast Wave, and Deep Burn. Alright, and then we've got a Cherished Shrine up here. I always like it when the packs start like at letter A, because then that just increases the chances for cool Betrayer. Let's see, Cherished Shrine, Cultivating Guardian, Overflow Eidolon, Hardshell Beetle, Oxidon Rager, Pack Bartok, nice, Preserved Habitat, Splicer, Spirit Charm, and Uprising Raptor. And we got a Nova's Evolution to go with that. So yeah, so far I think the Frauds Experiment deck is probably the most interesting one. Oh no, cold food, that's no good. Unless it's ice cream, then you probably want it cold. I don't know who gets delivery ice cream. Alright. Oop. Stow away there. Alright, we got an Ardent Creeper. Cacklebones. Dissipating Spectre. Mausoleum. The Hag. Grimgaunt Predator. Mortal Echoes. Oh, Necrolord York. Another Soulbind. Nice. Another Battle for Wifing Pass. Repeat. Got a Portal Shade and a Vyric's Embrace. So no Sacrifice Chamber to go with that Grimgaunt Predator. Okay. Got the Cycle 2 Loyal Beyond Death. Got the Nyx's Rebellion. Yeah, I don't know where the Hantus are at. They're hiding. We only got the 1 River of Souls too, but we're only 2 boxes in. Not even 2.5 boxes in. Not even that. Alright. Alolan Monolith. Combat Tactician. Another Betrayer Gloom Reaper Hag. This time in Alolan. Number 16. Mind Overseer. Palladium Pulse Mage. Prepared Allomancer. Reconstruct. Shield Droid. Infiltrator and Archivist. Hey, an Infiltrator without a Sentinel. That's a change of pace. Got a Synaptic Siphon, Psyche, and the Mouthful Unify. So we're just getting Gloom Reaper Betrayers left and right. Alright. Ardent Giant. Assure in Flames, Chain Lightning, Charger Mammoth, Combat Colossus, Deep Frost Hills, Elementalist Knight, Mount of Heroes, a Reckless Warhound, and a Vigilant Stonefist. With a Korok, Blast Wave, Wisdom, and Stronghold. Not much to write home, so we got an Arborist here. Let's see if we can get more than one healing source in this deck. Because Last Winter is not known for its life gain. Alright, Arborist, Biting Bartok, Cherish Shrine, Deep Branch Pallor, Everflow Eidolon, Overgrown. That's probably our only life gain. Oxon Rager, Shard Plate, Bearer, and Slayer. Yep. Unless we got Nyx. Nope, not even a Nyx. So Deepwood Assault, Shapeshift, and Barkskin. I mean, I guess on turn 1, if you can just Overgrown right into a level 1 Arborist, that's pretty nice. Before your opponent can react, but yeah, Arborist without any decent life gain is not something I'm a big fan of. You have to rely on your Necreum half to make that work. Alright, these are consistently coming out in the same faction order, which is nice. Blightskull Bomb, a Brood Alluvian. Okay, that's an interesting one. Got a Corpus Cliff, Haunting Devourer, Hibernating Geist, Hungering Strike, Infernal Ritual, Malicious Spirit, Portal Shade, and a Stout Deathseeker. Oh, speaking of Blighted Forgeborn, I don't know if I was thinking that or saying that, but we've got a Circe. Not the one you want to see. Soul Swap's at 3, and Soul Siphon's at 4. But still, it's always nice to see a Blighted Forgeborn. Fix that. So. Yeah, I like the Brood Alluvian. It's too bad if it had like a River of Souls, that would be just crazy, but we were not lucky enough to see that. Alright, Arrogant Prophet, Forge Plate Yeti, Guard Demon, level first, number 1 of that. Light Forge Sentry, Lucid Echoes, Mech Armory, Specimen, Amphalon, and a Shard Bag Vexer, followed up by a Soul Cipher. And another Crux Cobalt. I feel like Steel Rosetta does not show up as often as Ironbeard and Crux Cobalt in set 3, but I could be wrong about that. I just feel like she is a little less present. Does anybody else notice that, or is that just me? Is that just my luck? I've been getting a lot of Cruxes tonight so far. Alright. We got some Adrius the Butcher. Is it losing focus? Okay. Assuran Flame, Deep Frost Hill, Ritual, Mount of Heroes. Got the Nargoth Commander, Mongosaur, Stoneskin, Stout Crasher, and a Wildfire Maiden. With a Sunder with Reclaim, Summon the Swarm, and Outwit. And we've got ourselves a Utera deck to check out. Alright. Arrogant Druid, Combat Slayer, Deep Branch Prowler, Dendrify, Raptor, Lycian Shard, Progression, Roaring Juggernaut. Nice, another number 1 Betrayer. Torgmine Mender, and a Venerable War Tusk. And we've got an Oros for our Forgeborn there. Yeah, Roaring Juggernaut. What was our Exalt? Oh, the Lycian Shard. I guess that's not terrible. Alright. One more pack out of this deck. Alright, more Crypt Hunters. Maybe Hantu will make an appearance. This is 2 boxes and no Hantus so far. Alright, Crypt Hunter, Desecrating Revenant. Okay, that's a cool one. Dreadbolt, Mausoleum, Hibernating Alluvian, Hungering Strike, Engulfer, Restless Dead, another Stalking Direhound, and a Stout Demon. And just a plain old Circe. Grave Robbery at 2. Definitely getting some interesting Betrayers as it start to roll out, but not like anything crazy yet. All right, Bolstering Tactician. That's I like bolstering. It's a pretty good modifier. Camouflage War Charger, Forge Plate Yeti. Yeah, bolstering with a Yeti's nice. Metamind Overseer, Pulse Mage, Portatron, Vexer, Infiltrator, Silver Arc, and a Venerable Guide. And we've got ourselves a Blighted Oros. Nice. So Sovereign Pillars, Landsteel, and Shield Slam. Alright. Yeah, with all that armor making the Ruthless Advance could be pretty strong. Vengeful Iron at 3. Yeah, not too bad. This is probably like, for an Aloyan deck, it's not too bad. You got a little bit of removal, decent amount of armor production. It's only got the one spell, just that Silver Arc. But definitely probably the most interesting Aloyan deck we've seen today. Ourselves an Aether Tap, Stern Flame, Guardian, Disintegrate, an Echoing Rager. That's kind of cool. Play the Rager, give itself an Exalt, an Elementalist Knight, Lavafield Watchdog, Mount of Heroes, Stone Skin, and a Summoning Brawler. And then Summon Swarm, Outwit, Gathering Storm at 4, which is a nice place to see it. It's a way to finish off your opponent. And let's check out our Eterra deck here. Alright, Guardian, Prowler, Betrayer, Mount of Heroes. Okay. Nature's Progression. Regenerating Dechaosaur to go with that Mount of Heroes. Restless Wanderers, Willow, Spirit Charm, Alpha, and Wolfstar Djinn. How many spirits do we have in here? 1, 2, 3. Not too bad for spirits. And we got Oros with the Deepwood Assault, Spores, and a Barkskin. Let's see if we get the autofocus to go. There we go. Alright, that concludes box 2. Let's see how far we can get tonight. You guys still enjoying the show? That anticipation for opening up something really cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a God Pack. Look at that. All 4 decks are foil. Is that picking up on the camera? It seems to be. Alright, so that's a nice thing to see. Proof that they do exist. Number 1, Abyssal Direhound. So everything except for the Biting Breakwood is a number 1 on top of here. Oh, and these are much tighter packed on the foil. Interesting. Alright, now I gotta be like extra careful opening these. So bear with me. Yeah, so all the foil decks are at the beginning of the print run. So they're all going to have pretty low numbers on them. Alright, we got our Dire Hound, Caller of Souls, Darkshaper Savant, Graveborn Caller, Grimgaunt Predator, number 1 Grimgaunt. This must have been like one of the first decks printed. Hematopoeic Devourer, Hungering Strike, Geist, Sacrifice Chamber, and a Shambling Terror. This is a pretty solid deck. Got the Grimgaunt Sacrifice Chamber combo. We got Caller of Souls with, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 spirits and a Shambling Terror. This is a very nice deck. And we've got a nice Nyx to go with it. Don't have the Dead Winter, the Spirit payoff, but still pretty nice Nyx. So yeah, I'll set that aside. Can you imagine Abyssal Direhound, bringing back Abyssal Direhound on the 3rd turn of the cycle? Could be fun. Yeah, it's the one thing with these, oh, deck number. Let me see. Deck number 6. The number 6 Necreum deck there. Alright. We've got an Advancing Researcher, Citadel Guide, Energy Surge, Guard Prophet, Overseer, Overwhelming Force, Pulse Mage, Virtuoso, Infiltrator, and Silver Arc with an Ironbeard. And this one is deck number 13. Number 1 Arrogant Colossus looking at us on top. So I think the way the numbering works is it's numbered based on faction. So there should be a 13 Aloyan, a 13 Necreum, etc. Alright. Arrogant Colossus, Assurin Flame. Hey, a Betrayer Caller of Souls in a foil deck. That's pretty cool. That's a spicy pull. Deep Frost Hill, Emboldened Rager, Flamestoker Ritual, Frostveil Keeper, Nargoth Commander, Sparking Brawler, and Unstable Vortex. Where's our spirit? Frostveil Keeper is the spirit. And we've got a Korok, Whirlwind, Deep Burn, and Stronghold. And the deck number is 81. It's hard to see that. I don't have the best camera with the lighting I have here, so sorry if things are a little blurry. Yeah, I think a Betrayer Caller of Souls in a foil deck is probably going to be pretty pricey, but I'll have to take a look at its competitiveness. Still, I think even just a Betrayer of such a hot rare merits a little bit of a price. Alright, this is going to have a bit of a higher number. We got a Biding Breakwood number 4, so this is not going to be a low number deck. Cherish Shrine, Druid's Chant, Haunting Wildman, Spirited Raptor, Progression, Splicer, Spirit Charm, War Tusk, and the Utera Forebears. Number 64. Alright. Got Oros, Dark Spores, and Shapeshift. Okay, and for our deck number is 184. So very, very cool foil opening god deck there. God pack, I mean. I do like that Stoneblade did that, where you can have a chance to open all foil decks. Alright, here comes Betrayer right on top, a betting hacker right there. No foils in here, but that is okay. Alright. Alright, got ourselves an Ardent Geist, Cacklebones, Coldheart Brute, Corpus Cliffs, Darkshaper Savant, Caller, Immortal Echoes, Betrayer Portatron, number 2, Stalking Banshee, Vyric's Embrace. That does look really cool with that frame on it. And we've got a nice Nyx with Loyal Beyond Death, Dead Winter, and Army of the Damned. Let's move on to our Loyan here. Ourselves an Aerial Assault, Camouflage Scavenger, Betrayer Crypt Haunter, number 1 for a Loyan. That's cool. Drone Hive, Lucid Echoes, Metamine Warden, Shield Droid, Infiltrator, Engineer, and Silver Arc. With a Crux for our Unify. 3 Betrayers in one... Oh, you mean in one box, you mean? Or... Oh, right. No, you're right. There's 3 Betrayers in one pack. You're right. Yeah, 1 kit, 3 Betrayers. Maybe we can find another one in the Cetera deck. So betting's a nice one on a hacker. Give itself the breakthrough and get the Mega Gizmo no matter what. Got an Arrogant Sparker, Combat Hawkrider, Deep Frost Hills, the Warhound, got an Energizing Colossus, okay. Did it have the Deep Frost Hills? Yeah, okay. Everflame Spirit, Fleet Brawler, a Goliath, and a Windweaver, a Seer. So a little light on removal, but not terrible card quality otherwise. Got Summon the Swarm, Outwit, and Gathering Storm. Alright, let's see if we can get... We already have a trifecta. Let's see if we can round it out with 1 more Betrayer in this deck. Because that would give us, out of this box, a bunch of Betrayers and a God pack. So that could be pretty fun. Trying not to damage the cards. There we go. Alright, Arrogant Breakwood, Hardshell Beetle, Naturalized Decasaur, Noxious Raptor, got the Wanderers, Shaman's Channeling, Sharplate Behemoth, Tremasaur, Forebear, and Wolf Sergeant. Yeah. So didn't quite get it. Oh, but we did get a Blighted Oros there. So with Unnatural Disaster and Darkwood Armor, so not terrible. All right. So 3 for 4 for Betrayers in that pack. Alright, got ourselves a Soulbind looking right at us, right on out off the bat here. Has anybody gotten Corpse Host to work? Because I have not. Though I haven't tried that hard. It just seems like you have to line up way too much stuff to make the Corpse Host work. Alright, got our Corpse Host, Covetous Bloodlord, a Dark Pryings, Explosive Demise, Graveworn Collar, Predator, Ritual, Portal Shade, Stalking Direhound, and a Vampiric Deathseeker. Keep seeing Stalking Direhounds, but I guess it is a common modifier. Alright. Then Cersei with the Soul Siphon, the Robbery, and the Propaganda. We got that Necro Lab and Necro Tower to go with it. I don't know if it's still bugged or not. What was the bug, Carl? You think Direhound's going to get upshifted? I don't know. I mean, it seems fine. It's the rare modifiers you can get on it that are the problem, like the Shambling and the Vampiric. And I don't think Shambling's coming back. I think they've learned their lesson. They just didn't learn it in time for this set. Alright, Monolith and Patroller. Brigger Carrier, Electronet, Mobilizing Champion. Palladium Pulse Mage, Prepared Hacker, Reconstruct, Sentinel, and a Suppressing Prophet. Nice. And running cold on Steel Rosetta, I think we've seen like one so far out of all these decks. Shambling Tired Hound has entered the chat, yeah. Yeah, Shambling is definitely being punished for playing. It just, I mean, the problem with Shambling is that it just forces your opponent to have removal to get rid of it before the whole board gets wiped. And it kind of warps the meta around it. Alright, got our Aether Tap, Ardent Worm, Deep Frost Hill, Disintegrate, Firebranding Rager, Flamestoker, Gale Carrier, Watchdog, Dragon, and a Stout Breaker. Stout, ooh, that's a great breaker. And then we got Sunder. So that is not much of a deck. I'm just going to keep on moving on. Alright. Got ourselves a Cherish Shrine, Cultivating Guardian, Ferocious Roar, Beetle, Decasaur, Rager, Predatory Attack, Raptor, and a Toxic Druid. Spring Bloom Featherfang, and Nova's Might. So this deck has like a wants to go wide with the Ferocious Roar and the Nova's Might thing going on. Alright, here comes the Abyssal Creeper. Alright, so got number 2 Abyssal Creeper, Combat Demon, another Corpse Host, Crypt Haunter, Dark Pryings, Dreadbolt, Restless Dead, Shambling Drake, and a Spirit Reaver and a Vyric's Embrace. And that comes with a Cersei, with Grave Robbery, Propaganda, and Soul Siphon. So 2 Corpse Hosts in a row. we get 3 corpse hosts in a row with a betrayer. Alright, Aloyan Monolith. Electronet. Guard Assassin. It's kind of a weird combination, Guard Assassin. Lightforged Sentry. Lucid Echoes. Mobilizing War Charger. It's actually kind of nice. Give our mobility 3 guy mobility 3 till end of turn. Just go right off the board. You got a Salvage Scrapper. Sonic Burst. Stout Justicar, and a Suppressing Sculptor. That's a nice one. Do have a decent amount of minions. We just have the Salvage Scrapper as a replacement target there. And we got Ironbeard for Forgeborn. Now that's a good, this is a good modifier here. This is a Betting Breaker we're about to see. Really mess with combat with this thing, so oh, you found an Aloyan corpse host. Okay, cool. So Betting Breaker gets +6 and +7 breakthrough. That's nice. Aether Tap, Arrogant Rager, Assuring Flame, Blizzard Shaman, Deep Frost Guardian, Fleet Colossus, Inflaming Sparker, Out of Heroes, and a Stone Skin with a Korok for our Forgeborn there. And then, always nice to see a Botanimate right on top when you get an Aloyan or an Eterran deck. Alright. Dendrify. Got a Haunting Mastodon. Might of Tree. Noxious Slayer, a Roaring Aetherhound, Shaman's Channeling, Shepherding Willow, Guardian, and a Forebear. So a lot of spirits and pumping effects there. Alright, we got our Deepwood Assault, Dark Spores, and a Shapeshift. Can't seem to get this to... I want to focus. Alright. Alright, so that is box number 3. Let's carefully stack these decks and hope that I do not knock them over. Put our foil ones in a special place. Alright, moving on to box number 4. We do a little cleanup. Yeah, lots of spirits for the Mender in that last deck. Make a good pairing for like a Caller of Souls with like a Nyx. So starting off box number 4 with an Arrogant Drake. Yeah, definitely getting Menders in a deck with a lot of the same creature type is nice, especially if one of those types is spirits. Arrogant Drake, Corpus Cliffs, Darkshaper Savant, Haunting Skeleton, Hibernating Maw, Portal Shade, Restless Dead, a River of Souls, a Spiteful Revenant, and a Stout Butcher. That's our second River of Souls today. Then we got a Nyx Nekia. Alrighty. Alloyan Monolith, a Camouflage Allomancer. That's a nice modifier for an Allomancer. Forge Plate Yeti, Light Forge Sentry, Pulse Mage, Champion, Reconstruct, Soul Cipher, Infiltrator, and Silver Arc. Prepared Champion with the Elementor's kind of nice. And we got another Blighted Ironbeard, so Shield Slam and Alloy and Steel are our specials. Yeah, no prep augment combo. Suddenly all the rage in the Discord. Alright, Ardent Rager, Assurin Flame, Charger Mammoth, a Deep Frost Guardian, Flamestoker Ritual, Field Watchdog, a Mount of Heroes, a Mongosaur, a Colossus. So double summoning, it's kind of nice. And a Korok for our Forgeborn there. Alright, another Arborist, another chance for a decent amount of health gain. I mean, even with like just a Shepherding Willow might be enough. So at least that has a repeated life gain thing going on. Alright, Arborist. Biting Slayer, Cherish Shrine, Cultivating Guardian, Druid's Chant. Alright. Oh, Echo Wolves. Nice. Everflow Eidolon, Overgrown, a Preserved Habitat, and a Roaring Packmaster. So that's pretty cool. So we've got Echo Wolves and Arborist. You got Cultivating Guardian. Got a couple little sources of life gain. Got a Preserved Habitat. Like, this deck can just, like, spew out a bunch of cards. Upgrade a lot in a short amount of time. And it's got a Nova. No evolution on it, though, but still a Bounty, Thorn, and Unite as one. So, all in all, not a terrible Arborist deck. Yeah, Cycle 2 Bounty for the Arborist is nice, especially if you have enough ways to keep yourself high up for the cycle. But yeah, I think Overgrown with an Arborist could be pretty good, since your opponent doesn't really have a chance to respond. Alright, got ourselves a Corpus Cliffs, Bloodlord, Darkshaper Savant, Dreadbolt, Strike, Geist, Banshee, Stout Terror, Vampiric Moeba, and a Virix Embrace. And an Ixnechia. Here comes the Loyan Patroller. Ooh. Trying to get away from me. Alright, Patroller, Arrogant Elemancer, Brigard Carrier, a Camouflage Justicar, a Citadel Sculptor, got the Warden, the Archivist, a Seal, another Sonic Burst, and the Silver Arc. With another Ironbeard. Yeah, I think that Steel Rosetta is... I don't know what the deal is, but Steel Rosetta is not showing up for us today. Alright. Idris the Butcher, Arrogant Caller, Ator, make an appearance. Combat Brawler, Elementalist Knight, Ritual, Warstoker, Commander, Hawk Rider, and a Wind Weaver Asir. But we got a Korok for our Forgeborn there. Oh, that one just opened up real easy that time. Alright. Got an Ardent Bear. Arrogant Packmaster, Ferocious Roar, Might of Trees, Rager, Attack, Wanderers, Behemoth, Stegodon, and Uprising Raptor, and a Blighted Oros. Deepwood Assault and Chosen. I feel like Deepwood Assault, if you get it flipped, it's just kind of game over on the right creature. Oh, that's our first Alliance Sage we've seen today. Alright. Got a nice Abyssal Shard Witch. It's got decent stats and stealth. That's nice. Arrogant Moeba, Blightskull Bomb, Combat Geist, Mausoleum, another Fraud's Experiment. Very cool. This is a 0247 with the breakthrough, increased damage, and the activate ability. So we'll see how it progresses, but this is also a number 1. Got a Horrific Skeleton, a Portal Shade, a Banshee, and a Vile Drake, which can just go in the garbage bin. Let's see how our Fraud's Experiment's going. So breakthrough and deal additional damage at cycle 2. And then just breakthrough at cycle 1. But a 7/5 breakthrough is not bad. is Bryce in the chat? Yeah, I might post this later. But yeah, Fraud's Experiment. Nice. And then it came with a Nyx. With a Loyal Beyond Death to reanimate that Fraud's Experiment. Nice. So that's a pretty solid Nekrium deck right there. Definitely a solid version of the experiment. Alright, got Alolan Sage, Combat Archivist, Drone Hive, Lucid Echoes, Mech Armory, Warden, War Charger, Renewal, Seal, and a Zapping Tactician. And with it comes Crux, Cobalt. Of course it's not Steel Rosetta. I think the set 4 needs to have Betrayer, Forgeborn, just to shake things up. Alright. Adrius the Butcher, Chain Lightning, Charger Mammoth, Fit of Rage, I haven't seen one of those yet, Fleet Giant, Frostvale Keeper, Lightning Tamer, Mount of Heroes, Unstable Vortex, and Volcanic Brawler. Has anybody else noticed that Lightning Tamer's pretty rare in set 3? Am I the only one that's noticed that? You know it's a common. Sunder, Outwit, Reclaim, and Summon the Swarm. I was checking my deck market and I didn't have a single Lightning Tamer in set 3. So I don't know if I believe that it's a common. Maybe it's a print and run thing, right? Yeah. Cherished Shrine, Combat Breakwood, Cultivating Guardian, Might of Trees, Nature's Progression, Packmaster. Oh yeah. Spring Bloom, Bartok, a Stegos, a Stout Bear, and a Venerable Sower. How many dinos did we get with that Stegos? 0? Of course. And we got, what, 1 plant to go with? Oh no, we got 2 plants to go with that Sower. And Nova with Nova's Evolution at 3. It's not bad. We got our Pterodon Pup with the Ridgeback. we're down to, after this, we got 2 more boxes in this case. And I've got, might be go through 1 more case, or at least a couple more boxes tonight, but we'll see. People start getting bored. Or want to continue to live vicariously through me. Alright. Got ourselves an Ardent Tamer, or Terror rather. Corpus Cliffs, Dark Shaper, Mausoleum, Forsaken Moeba, Grimgaunt, another Necro Lord Yorick, a River of Souls, a Spirit Reaver, Vyric's Embrace. So yeah, seeing River of Souls and Necrolord York is kind of cool. Not sure what I'd really want to reanimate out of this, but Dark Shaper with River of Souls is always nice. And we've got just a regular old Cersei, but Grave Robbery at 4 is nice. Okay, so you've got a bunch of Lightning Tamers there ready to see. I for whatever reason, I have not opened them very often. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, Brigard Carrier, Forge Plate Yeti, Light Forge Sentry, a Progressive, a Prophet. Got that Drix ability without the Drix half of it. Renewal, Vexer, Burst, Spirit Forge Sentinel. Oh, a Betrayer Stone Skin. That's kind of cool. Stout Justicar. That's pretty though. Just all that blue. Just the dudes standing in the. That background just fades into it. Oh hey, Steel Rosetta. She makes another appearance. Number 2 out of like 4 boxes. So we got Optimize, Flight Mod, and Augment at 4. Check out our tempies here. Alright, Ardent Warstoker, Deep Frost Hills, Elementalist Knight, Ice Storm, Commander, Betrayer Overwhelming Force, number 8. Summoning a Gale Carrier, Vigilant Hawkrider, Vigilant Shardback, and a Windweaver Seer with a Korok as our Forgeborn. So double Vigilant. How big does this Shardback get? 12/12? Eh. Yeah, I don't know if I like the double Vigilant in this deck, but the Overwhelming Force Betrayer is pretty cool. We got what? Just the Deep Frost Hills as our Exalt to go with it. Alright. Got ourselves an Ardent Bartok, Carnivorous Taro, Cultivating Guardian, Druid's Chant, Enduring Ties. Alright, so we got a Soulbind there. Eidolon, Heartshell Beetle, Shaman's Channeling, Shroudthorn Splicer, and a Stegodon Alpha. With Oros, Shapeshift, Dark Spores, and Deepwood Assault. We got our Rooted Leafkin, Green Leafkin to go with it. Alright. That is box number 4. Alright. It's starting to run out of room on this table. I might need to take another break after these 2 boxes are done. Yeah, Shardback with no amount of heroes is sad face. Alrighty. Oh, got another foil deck here. And the Betting Rager. That's actually a nice off-forge one, too. But we'll take a closer look at that in a second. Alright, start off with our Necreum. Got our Brood Shard Witch, Chanting of the Abyss, so here comes Mothril, Coldheart Brute, Crypt Hunter, Dreadbolt, Predator, a Malicious Direhound, a Malicious Maw, Sacrifice Chamber to go with that Predator, Spirit Reaver to go with that Sacrifice Chamber, and Circe with Propaganda Sorrow and Grave Robbery. And then we got good old Mothril the Meme Thrall. Alright. Ourselves an Alloyan Patroller, an Alloyan Sage, Ardent Guide, Electronet, Energy Surge, Metasite, Portatron, Progressive Justicar. We got a Regia, Seal of Anvilon, and Ironbeard. So this had a decent number. I guess I had a couple exalts with the Regia, yeah. I guess the Alloyan Patroller plus Regia doesn't quite work. Alright, let's see if we can get this one open. Yeah, if you guys open foil decks, the packaging is just a lot tighter. They must have been using a different machine on them or something. Not a lot of wiggle room. Alright, so we got this A Betting Rager, Adrius the Butcher, Deep Frost Guardian, Echoing Sparker, Frostveil Keeper, Mount of Heroes, Rolling Worm, Stout Caller, Wildfire Maiden, and the Wind Weaver Seer. And we've got our Sunder as our Forgeborn there. And as always with these foil decks, we'll check out the number. It is 180. So this actually is like a fairly decent option here. A little lacking on removal, but otherwise not bad. Does anybody value foil decks higher than, or is it just all about what's in the deck that you care about? Alright, Biting Elk, Tusk Mage, Fertile Ground, Progression, Overgrown, Preserved Habitat. Oops. Regenerating Wildman, Splicer, a Spiky Hacker. That's cool. So we've gotten a Tempest Hacker and a Utera Hacker in these boxes so far. So sometime here we're going to need to open a Necreum one. Yeah, I tend to be more about what's in the deck than it being foil, but it's always fun to have the foil on top of it. And we got Barkskin, Shapeshift, and Deepwood Assault. I wonder if there'll be like a premium on foils if they sort of open up the tournament rules such that you don't have to, you can just pull cards from whatever deck as long as they match the list. Then foils would be pretty sweet. Have a little bit more of a premium on it, because if you want to get that exact fused creature in foil, you gotta really hunt for it. But it's also a lot of work, so I don't know if I'd want to do all that. Alright. Got a Brood Banshee, Coldheart Brute, Darkshaper Savant, Dreadbolt, Caller, Haunting Demon, Hungering Strike, Portal Shade, a River of Souls, and a Betrayer Silver Arc. Neat. It's pretty cool. So decent. Got a little bit of removal, River of Souls. Let's go with that. And we got a Sorrow, Propaganda, and Grave Robbery. Alright, let's see if we get another string of Betrayers. So far, our record to beat is 3 in 1 pack. Alright, Aloyan Monolith. Betrayer Ator. There you go. Talking about Betrayers. Lightforge Sentry, Mech Armory, Overwhelming Force, Prepared Assassin, Reconstruct, Spiritforge Sentinel, Stabilizing Justicar, and a Venerable Virtuoso with Steel Rosetta with Boost at 1, or at 2, Tinker and Optimize. And then there's that Cloud Rift foil, or Aloyan Betrayer. That's pretty. Very cool. Yeah, this is a fun little build here. No real removal, but you know, stabilizing Justicar. Got a little bit of stealth to trigger the Ator. A handful of Exalts to go with that Overwhelming Force. That's a nice little package for an Aloyan deck. Tempe's cards always look nice with Aloyan borders, yeah. I always wonder if Betrayers just look cooler or like seem to look better in their Betrayer frames because we're just used to seeing them in their native frame, or they actually are objectively better looking. Alright. Arrogant Warstoker, Assurin Flame, Charger Mammoth, Deep Frost Hill, Knight, Giant, Ritual Breaker, Nargoth, and Stampeding Mongosaur. Okay, so only 2 Betrayers in this pack. Got the Whirlwind, Stronghold, and Blast Wave going. Alright, Cultivating Guardian number 6. So this is going to be a low deck too. I mean, relatively low. It's not foil. Alright. Got the Guardian, Chant, Shard, Progression, Preserved Habitat. Okay. Shard Plate. Yep. There you go. Shard Plate Behemoth, Slayer, a Toxic Bartok, an Uprising Hunter, and a Wolfstar Djinn with a Nova. Has 1 Evolution and Might. That's a pretty decent loadout for Nova. So yeah, it's a pretty decent Preserved Habitat deck for sure, with the Guardian and the Progression. So got a decent number of upgrade cards to go with that. And yeah, Hunter in a Preserved Habitat deck is nice because you can just punch through with the whatever giant body you've got in your Preserved Habitat lane. Alright. I feel like I'm a bit off center. Kind of sliding away from my computer at the moment. Alright. Alright, so our highlights so far are Betrayer Ator, couple Frauds Experiments, the Betrayer Caller of Souls, got a Covetous Bloodlord, Spectre, Dreadbolt, Explosive Demise, Graveborn Caller. Hey, first Hantu, finally. Hungering Strike, Immortal Echoes, Infernal Ritual, and a Necrolord Yorick. And with that comes Nyx with her Rebellion, Erasing Dead, and Army of the Damned. So, yeah, having a Dreadbolt in a deck with the Hantu is always nice. A little bit of upgrade, too. I feel like every Nectarim deck needs a Dreadbolt. There's just too many threats out there. Or must answer. Yeah, nothing else to go with that Hantu, unfortunately. Alright, here comes a Loyan Sage, Drone Hive, Prepared Guide, a Regia, Renewal, Seal of Anvalon, Sonic Burst, Stout Specimen, it's a decent specimen, War Charger, and a Zapping Juggernaut. Hey, finally another Steel Rosetta. Okay, so Steel Rosetta decided to show up tonight. Optimize, boost, and flight modification. Yeah, Regia is not really the one I wanted to see come back from set 2. I would have rather seen Madlowinter come back, for sure. Alright, got our Adrios, Ancestral Staff, Charger Mammoth, Combat Sparker, Emboldening Warstoker, Everflame Spirit, Firebranding Master, Flamestoker Ritual, Rolling Smash Fist, and the Asir with a Korok, and no special soul mines or anything. And here comes Arborist again. Leading off the top of the alphabet again. Yeah, if we could find like a Arborist deck with a Taro and a Shepherding Willow, that could be pretty good. Alright, Arborist, Arrogant Wildman, Biting Raptor, Cherished Shrine, Cultivating Guardian, Ferocious Roar, Channeling, Behemoth, Bartok, and Aetherhound. It's like a big butt deck with Nova. Evolution all the way up at 4 there. Alright. Last pack of this box. Seeing another Abyssal Shard Witch right off the bat. Man, these packs are hard to get open. Let's go to the bottom. Alright, there we go. Alright. Abyssal Shard Witch, Arrogant Amoeba, Brood Butcher, Corpus Cliffs, Dissipating Spectre, Dreadbolt, Portal Shade, another River of Souls, a Spiteful Maw, and a Vampiric Geist. So always nice to see a Vampiric with the River of Souls. Do we have a Savant in here? No. Okay. And Nyx Nekia for our Forgeborn. Moving on to our Aloyan here, we got Aerial Assault, Electronet, Forge Plate Yeti, Guard Justicar, Portatron, Prepared Allomancer, Salvage Assassin, Seal, Shield Droid, and a Stabilizing Prophet. Go with Steel Rosetta. So there's a Augment level 3 with a Prepared, right? Prepared Allomancer, yeah. So not quite as good as Cycle 2 Augment, but if you're trying to do that combo, it will work in a pinch. It's also nice to have Prepared in a deck with Aerial Assault as well. It's pretty nice. If you can get those on the same turn. Alright, Got ourselves an Abetting Giant, Ether Tap, Echoing Breaker, Flame Stoker Ritual, Fleet Sparker, Frostveil Keeper. Yeah, Portatron with Aero Assault is nice too. Amount of Heroes, Nargoth Commander, Reckless Colossus, and a Stampeding Mongosaur. With a Korok, Wisdom at 4 is nice. I always like to have like those play a free card abilities earlier, like on earlier cycles, because that just gives you that extra card you get to level up as well. So it's nice to get like Reclaim and Korok's Wisdom at cycle 2 if you can. Right. Biting Lotus, Botanimate, Taro, Shrine, Druid's Chant, Lycian Shard, Progression Rager, another Betrayer, Restless Dead. I think the other one was in Utera before. Wolfstar Djinn. So what was our other spirits in here? Just the Djinn. That was like a spell heavy deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spell deck. Interesting. Just when Oro stopped doing Spell Matters abilities. Deepwood Assault, Barkskin, and Dark Spores. So that could be an interesting deck for sure. Alrighty. Alright. Last box from this case. So we still need to get that Nekrium Hacker, because we got the Utera Hacker and the Tempest one already. So I bet Hacker looks pretty sweet in Nekrium. Oh, you blowing some embers on Phantoms now? I'm sorry. Should wait till the next time they do a tournament. Alright. Let's start off with our Nekrium here. Hopefully they'll integrate the tournament software into the, or, you know, have their own tournament system within the client soon. That isn't necessarily league style. Alright, we got the Corpus Cliffs, Bloodlord, Crypt Hunter, Dissipating Spectre, Demon, Hematophagic Direhound, Immortal Echoes, Restless Dead, Stalking Spirit, and a Vampiric Skeleton. With Nyx. And yeah, all that good stuff. Got an Advancing Allomancer. Guess if it's gonna die, you may as well replace it. Again, not a fan of advancing. I don't think replacing a creature is worth it for just an upgrade to your card. If you could play the card for free, then yeah, sure. But otherwise, I don't think it's a very good modifier. I mean, look how tiny he is. This is a level 3 Allomancer. Just a 5/7. Alright, Brigard Carrier. Got a Vampiric Direhound with a Betrayer, Deep Frost Hills, and a Corpse Host. That's a nice one. Alright. Going through this. Metamind Warden, Metasight, Steel Eye Researcher, Archivist, and Prophet shows up. So, Brigard Carrier, Steel Eye is not terrible. Decent number of upgrade cards, too, for the Metamind Warden. And we've got our Sierra Rosetta as well. Trying to show me up, get opening cool stuff and digital decks. Yeah, if you hit anything else cool, you gotta let us know. Alright, here we go. Right, Blizzard Shaman, Charger Mammoth, Deep Frost Hill, Echoing Rager, Everflame Spirit, Flame Break, Invoker, Ice Storm, Commander, Mongosaur, and a Wildfire Maiden. Oh, we got a Blighted Sunder. First one of the night. Alright, Gathering Storm at 3. And the Outwit Fog of War at 4. Alright, Cultivating Guardian right on top. I think Ike was saying it's always nice to see a preserved habitat when you see the Guardian. And I tend to agree. I like that the Guardian's common. It's a nice little like flagship creature for the new upgrade mechanic, and they did not make this easy, do they? There we go. Alright. Guardian, Prowler, Lycian Shard, Progression, Overgrown, Attack, Roaring Tuskmage, Behemoth, Splicer, and a Spring Bloom Wildman. Okay. We got ourselves an Oros with the Dark Spores, Bark Skin, and Shapeshift. Alright. Cultivating Guardian just wants to keeps on showing up here. Alright, Graveborn Caller right on top. Immortal Echoes, Infernal Ritual, Malicious Banshee, Engulfer, A River of Souls, Stalking Drake, Stout Butcher, Vyric's Embrace, and a Zimus. Okay. We got Cersei with Soul Siphon, Sorrow, and Grave Robbery. This is an interesting River of Souls deck. No real removal except for the Embrace. I mean, Echoes is kind of removal, but it's not always the best. Alright, got Aloyan Monolith, Arrogant Champion, Camouflage Juggernaut, Electronet, Metamind Warden, Pulse Mage, Anvilon, Stout Hacker, Stout Prophet, and Venerable Scrapper. And then we got Crux with Determined Choice at 2, Unify, and Shattered Psyche. Going a little faster. Alright. You think Uprising is a good modifier for a Packmaster? I mean, I think Uprising, like, I'm not a big fan of the modifier, but that's the kind of creature I'd want it to be on if I was going to get it. Alright, Chain Lightning, Combat Rager, Deep Frost Hills. Alright, Energizing Breaker. That's kind of a nice one to have with River of Souls. Flamestoker Ritual, Nargoth, Betrayer Steel-Eye Researcher, number 5. Stone Skin, Stout Stone Fist, and a Wildfire Maiden. So yeah, Chain Lightning with a Steel-Eye Researcher is pretty cool combo in there. Did it have any other minion generation? Not really. Except maybe for Sunder? Yeah, nope. Reclaim, Outwit, and Gathering Storm. So yeah, Steel-Eye with a Chain Lightning's pretty nice. Cultivating Guardian, Druid's Chant, Fertile Ground, Lycian Shard, Roaring Bartok, Shardplate Behemoth, Spirit Charm, Alpha, Chaosaur and a Venerable Hunter with a Nova. See if we can crack one more Frauds Experiment or foil deck or something before the end of this case. All right. These packs are getting staticky. Okay, Crypt Haunter, Forsaken Mausoleum, Horrific Shardwitch, Malicious Geist, Portal Shade, Restless Dead, River of Souls, Spiteful Demon, Stalking Spirit, and a Vyrix Embrace, with Circe, Grave Robbery, Sorrow, and Soul Siphon. Oh, the Energizing Shardback deck? Yeah, it's in the mail. Should get it soon if you haven't gotten it already. I mean, I guess I just shipped it out on Friday, so yeah, it's going to take a couple days to get there because of the holiday. Alright, Aloyan Monolith, Patroller, a Bolstering Researcher. Not the best creature to have a Bolstering, but whatever. Brigard Carrier, Guard Justicar, Light Forge Sentry, Metamind Warden, Shield Droid, Sonic Burst, and Spirit Forge Sentinel. So always nice to have Sonic Burst and Metamind Warden together. With a Crux Cobalt, Unify, and Synaptic Siphon. Alright. Got ourselves an Ancestral Staff, Blizzard Shaman, Burnout, Charger Mammoth, Everflame Spirit, Lavafield Watchdog, Reckless Hawkrider, Stonefist, Brawler, and a... Sparking Stonefist, Brawler, and a Wildfire Maiden. With a Sunder, Outwit, Summon the Swarm, and Reclaim. Alright, Combat Batterhide, Cultivating Guardian, Hardshell Beetle, Nature's Progression, a Noxious Lotus, okay, Shaman's Channeling, Behemoth, Springbloom Breakwood, Stout Slayer, and Uprising Aetherhound, along with our Oros there, Shapeshift, Deepwood Assault, and Barkskin. I may have forgotten to update in the website that the deck has shipped, and I'll go check that later. There's a whole bunch of different steps I have to take when I process an order, but the codes have been released. It's no longer on the website for others to see. Alright. Arrogant Shardwitch, another Corpse Host, Dissipating Spectre, Dreadbolt, Immortal Echoes, a Malicious Deathseeker, Portal Shade, Shambling Maw, Vyrix Embrace, and a Zinnis. So a decent amount of removal here. To go with our Circe with Sorrow, Propaganda, and Soul Siphon. It's the last pack of our case here. So no Frauds Experiment. So we just got 2 in that case. Alright. Aerial Assault, A Land Patroller, Ardent Archivist, Arrogant Tactician, Citadel of Virtuoso, Drone Hive, Metamind Warden, Metasite, Seal of Avalon, and a Soltar. First one of the night. With Ironbeard. Formation, Shield Slam, and Iron Might. So Shield Slam's nice with the Soltar. Basically just a Death Touch at that point. Or Dreadbolt. Do Betrayer Fraud's experiments exist? I believe so. I think someone opened one digitally at least. Alright, Aether Tap, Ator, Burnout, Chain Lightning, Charger Mammoth, Deep Frost Hills, Fire Branding Breaker, Flamestoker Ritual, Frost Veil Keeper, and a Stout Colossus. With Korok as our Forgeborn there. And then here comes the Arborist. Yeah, I don't know if I trust the card database because it also shows cards that aren't possible with the algorithm. Or at least it did last time I checked, which was a few months ago. Alright. Arborist, Carnivorous Taro, a Haunting Prophet #1, Lycian Shard, Nature's Progression, Pack Bartok, Prevailing Elk #1. Interesting. Stout Batterhide, Uprising Aetherhound, and Uprising Sower. With a Oros as our Forgeborn there. So double Uprising, not exactly what I want to see, but I guess we got the Lycian Shard, Bartok, and Progression to go with it. How much healing did we get? It's also nice to see Uprising Sower with the Carnivorous Taro. This is an interesting deck for sure. Alright, that is the end of our first case here. Time is it? 10:30 my time. Trying to think if I want to start on the next case here. Yeah, why not? Let me do a little cleanup. Make some room. So if you guys can hang tight for a minute, I work on that. Because the next step is going to be to package all these so I can get them all cataloged. I am going to need to get more storage. So has anybody pulled anything interesting lately besides those on stream that are opening boosters as we speak? Or those watching the stream, I should say. Gotta do a little rearranging here. So 5 foil decks in one case is not too bad. Dust off. All right, on to case number 2. All right, I'm probably going to go a little bit faster with this one. It's getting late, but we will definitely stop on anything interesting. Still got some chatters in the chat. Yep, got to see Ike and Radis and Tiernan is still around. All right. Onward and upward. A betting Dire Hound. Alrighty. Oh. First pack, and we get a foil deck. Nice. Summoning Dire Hound sounds sweet. Is that a digital deck? For those watching on YouTube, I apologize. I'm interacting with the chat. But I will be posting this to YouTube later, I think. Coldheart Brute, Dissipating Spectre, Caller, Demon, Skeleton Hunger, Geist, Portal, Reversal, Sacrifice Chamber. Okay, and Nyx. Bolstering War Charger and a foil deck. Let's take a little bit of a look at this one. Bolstering Charger, Yeti, Portatron, Reconstruct, Seal, Shield Droid, Soul Cipher, Spearforge Sentinel, Infiltrator, and Silver Arc. And then we got Steel Rosetta for that. And let's see what number deck this is. Number 20. Put that in the foil pile over there. Ardent Warhound, Shaman, Disintegrate, Elementalist Knight, Invoker, Heroes, Warhound, Betrayer of Vyric's Embrace, number 9, and Asunder. Alright. Shrine, Guardian, Eidolon, Packmaster, Fertile Ground, Noxious Tux Mage, Preserve Habitat. Alright. Willow, Bear, and a Forebear. Got Nova's Evolution. Always nice to see that when you've got a decent upgrade package going on. So yeah, the Fertile Ground with the Preserved Habitat and the Guardian's pretty nice. Alrighty. Keep it moving. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Cacklebones, Cold Hard Brute, Dark Shaper, Demon, Double Hematophagic, Horrific Spirit, Infernal Ritual, Vampiric Creeper with a River of Souls. That's pretty nice. Along with, this is actually a pretty good one. Okay, so you've got Cacklebones, Cold Heart Brute, Dark Shaper Savant, Horrific Spirit with the River of Soul, or with the Sacrifice Chamber. Yeah, this is a pretty good deck, I'd say. With a Nyx, not the greatest Nyx, but still. I think that's definitely a pretty high roll deck. A lot of good Sacrifice Chamber targets. Yeah, double Hematophagic is not great, but there's not much of a stat penalty on Hematophagic, so I just like treat them kind of like combat creatures. Alright, a Land Monolith. Arrogant Specimen, probably the worst specimen you want to get. Brigard Carrier, Justicar, Hacker, War Charger, Renewal, Suppressing Guide's nice, Silver Arc, and a Venerable Virtuoso. With a Crux, Determined Choice, etc., etc. Right. Staff, Warstoker, Deep Frost Hills, Dragon Wake, nice, first one of those of the night. Elemental's Knight, Frostfield Keeper. Got a Reckless Worm, Sparking Crasher, Stone Skin, interesting. And Sunder, Blur. Nice Frost Wyvern there. It's open. Alright. Ardent Slayer, Arrogant Lotus, got Echo Wolves, Shard, Naturalizing Mastodon, Shard Plate, Breakwood, yep. And Nova. Nice Ator sitting there right on top. Alright, Arrogant Reaper. I tend to like Reapers that have more health, so they stick around longer, but it's not terrible as an underdrop. Alright. Brood Crasher, Betrayer. Okay. It's an interesting one. Caller of Souls, Covetous Bloodlord, Spirit, Immortal Echoes, Drake, Sacrifice Chamber, Spiteful Geist, and a Stalking Maw. And we got Nyxnekia. So what is the Brood Crasher at level 1? It's a 2/7. You can get, what, a 5/5 out of it if you get an Exalt out there. I mean, if you don't use the Brood ability, then it's just a 7/7 if they have the Exalt. Or, yeah, Brood Maws would be good, but, like, I'm still not a big fan of Maw. It's just like your opponent can play around it. I mean, sometimes they can't. Sometimes they have to play a creature and not a spell, but it's still kind of meh in my mind. Land Patroller, Energy Surge, Guard, Scavenger 1616, nice. Layford Sentry, Portatron, Progressive Guide, Regia's back, Renewal, Spirit Force Sentinel, Stabilizing Tactician, and an okay Steel Rosetta. Let's check out this Ator here. We need here is an Ator with a Betrayer Experiment with the damaging ability. Let's go. Charger Mammoth, Deep Frost Hills, Firebranding Giant, Flame Break, Frost Veil, Nargoth, Stone Skin, Wind Reaver. Okay. We got some Korok going on. Alright. Carnivorous Taro, Cultivating Guardian, Lycian Shard, Progression, Rager, Channeling, Splicer, Wartusk, Tremorsaur, and Wolfstar Jin. With a Nova. Not the greatest ability set there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this whole case tonight, but I'll see if I can do maybe 2 more boxes after this one. I'll probably call it a night. Maybe I'll do another stream later in the week. Should go through the rest of the stuff. How are people feeling about this? Are you guys enjoying it? What are you guys doing in the background? This can't be the only thing you guys are doing on a Saturday night. All right. Blight Skull Bomb, Darkshaper Savant, Spectre, Forsaken Maw, okay, Gloom Reaper Hag, Predator, Echoes, Sacrifice Chamber to go with that Grimgaunt, Vile Geist, which is meh, Vyric's Embrace, and a Cersei. Just doing some deck leveling on the side. That's fair. Alright, Land Monolith, Carrier, Lucid Echoes, Metamind Warden, Pulse Mage, Portatron, Researching Prophet, Steel Eye, Silver Arc, and a Venerable Guide. And we got some Crux Cobalt. Yeah, it's always fun to open cards vicariously. And it's nice to see the physical. I mean, the digital is fine, but it's just much different when you can feel it in your hands, you know. Alright, Stone Fist, Hills, Disintegrate, another Dragon Wake, nice. Echoing Warstoker, Knight, Brawler, Sparker. Wait, is that Double Fleet? Yeah, Double Fleet. Commander. So Tony just got a Shambling Direhound with the reversals, but that's probably digital, yeah. You'll have to show me a link to that deck, because that's sort of what I've been on the hunt for. But that alone is not exactly what I need. He went to Phaetic Summer, interesting, okay. What's the spell count? Alright, got a Biting Slayer, Ferocious Tuxmage, Shard, Elk, Overgrown, Pack Breakwood, Prevailing Lotus, Wanderer, Shaman, and a Wolfstar Jin. Oros at the top there. Does it have a Darkshaper in it? Because that'd be pretty sweet. I feel like you may have already mentioned that if it did. Alright, box number 2. And probably one more after this, and we're probably going to call it a night. Yeah, no Darkshaper. Had the feeling. Alright, what we got here? Ardent Terror. Should have a handful of spirits in here. Ardent Terror, Arrogant Direhound, Blightskull Bomb, Cackle Bones, Combat Shardwitch, Bloodlord, Explosive Demise, Horrific Drake, Chamber, and Vyric's Embrace. Ooh, with a Blighted Circe. And again, we miss on Soul Swap, being at cycle 2 instead of 3. Just takes all the wind out of it. Soul Swap is kind of pointless if it's not at cycle 4. Alright. Loyan Monolith. Justicar, Energy Surge, Warden, Mobilizing Engineer, Portatron, a Prepared Hacker, Progressive Juggernaut, Reconstruct and Renewal. With a Crux. Alright. Coming up with an Adrius. Packs are getting frustrating. Alright. To open, that is. Alright. Adrius, Elementalist Knight, Fire Branding Worm, Frostveil Keeper, Ice Storm, Mountain Heroes, Nargoth, Sparking Sparker. I love the consonants there. Alright. Stone Skin, Wildfire, Maiden, and Quark. Or I guess alliteration, rather. I'm a big fan of any of the fused creatures that have the same adjective as the noun. You probably heard me say that before, but it bears repeating. Alright. Biting Mastodon, Botanimate, Cherish Shrine, Guardian, Haunting Lotus, Lycian Shard, Might of Trees, Wanderers, Splicer, and an Alpha. With a Blighted Oros, Deepwood Assault, and Barkskin. So actually you got a pretty decent number of pump abilities here, right? Alpha, Shard, Lotus, and Mastodon can increase. That's pretty good. It's not bad for a Oros deck if you're trying, or Blighted Oros deck if you're trying to get it flipped. It just takes so long for the Shadow Wild to flip. But having a Mastodon in the same deck is nice for sure. Oh, hey, look at this Betrayer. Loyan Sage living up in Necrium. This has the potential to be a crazy deck. Let's see what we got. Alright. Loyan Sage, Covetous Bloodlord, Dissipating Spectre, Graveborn Caller, Banshee, Direhound, River of Souls, Sacrifice Chamber, Stout Muiba, and a Vyric's Embrace. So a lot of reanimation to go with the Loyan Sage. Oh, nice Circe. Really nice Circe. Alright, so we got Circe with the Soul Siphon and the Soul Swamp. So this is I think the best configuration you can get for the Blighted Circe is that Dark Rebirth and the Soul Reaver. But yeah, this is I mean, it's lacking in removal. You just have the Vyric's Embrace. I've got the Banshee. Yeah, this is a pretty nice one. So number 4, a Loyan Sage there. But yeah, you can set up some interesting being able to like set up the reversals in advance is pretty nice. So that is definitely a high roll deck. That's for sure. Not gonna lie, it is probably not gonna be very cheap on my site. Alloyan Patroller, Alloyan Sage, War Charger, Archivist, Drone Hive. Oh, Espionage. Okay, we haven't seen this one yet. Metamine Warden, Scavenger, Infiltrator, Hacker. With a Steel Rosetta. We got our Assassin's Cliff. Mount. That's another card I haven't really experimented much with. Has anybody had any luck with Espionage? I feel like the ability is a little... like the actual spell itself is a little finicky with the way the stealth works. But alright, Adrius Butcher, Shurin Flame, a Betrayer Blight Witch. Okay. This is Calling of the Shrine. Okay. Energizing Colossus. Wow. Everflame Spirit, Flamestoker Ritual, Nargoth, Mongosaur, and a Windweaver Seer. How many spells was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And we've got Sunder with Reclaim, Swarm, and Outwit. That is a very... wait, Reclaim. Oh, for Everflame. Yeah, this deck is sweet. So it's 2 high roll decks in this pack. So yeah, we're going to be finishing the night strong. This is going to be hard to... not going to lie, it's going to be hard to put up for sale. We'll have to see. I might have to play with it a little bit before I put it on the site. But yeah, that's an insane red deck. Alright, Carnivorous Taro, Combat Bear. Oh, Betrayer Electronet. That's pretty sweet. Everflow Eidolon, Shard, Progression. Yeah, probably $200 deck. Separating Willowed, Spring Bloom Bartok, Spring Bloom Sower. Oh, hey, Spring Bloom Sower with Carnivorous Taro is pretty sweet. Tremor Soar with Oros, Dark Spores, Deep Wood Assault, and Barkskin. This was a really good pack. It had some really cool cards in it, or really cool decks in it. Alright. I'm glad we kept chugging along, because that was fun to open on camera. Oh, Ardent. See, there's an Ardent in here too. I think the RNG gods know that Ardent is one of my favorite modifiers. For like the vanilla modifiers. Yeah, we got a lot of Betrayers in that pack, and we got some pretty sweet soul binds. I feel like Calling the Shrine is pretty rare too. Alright. Ardengeist, Arrogant Shardwitch, Gloom Reaper, Malicious Revenant, Portal Shade, Restless Dead, Sacrifice Chamber, Shambling Weeba, Spiteful Direhound, Vile Devourer, and a Cersei. Yeah, so that was a pretty good, that last pack was pretty sweet. This is going to be hard to top. It's sort of like a Betrayer experiment or something. Those are going to be some pretty hard decks to top. Alright, Alloyan Monolith, Alloyan Patroller, Ardent Juggernaut. Alright, we got our Ardent Brigard Carrier, Betrayer Dreadbolt number 14, Reconstruct, Salvage Engineer, Shardbound Vexer, Spirit Forge Sentinel, and the Voltaic Prophet. With Ironbeard as our Forgeborn. That's a pretty Dreadbolt. Alright. Ardent Crasher, Ardent Giant, Charger Mammoth, Echoing Sparker, Elementalist Knight, Frostveil Keeper, Mount of Heroes, Rager, Stone Skin, a Seer, and a Korok. Man, these packs are just letdowns after that last one. Yeah, the pack card I like are Ardent. Alright, Ardent Slayer. That's actually a good one to have on a Slayer. Carnivorous Taro, Cherished Shrine, Druid's Chant, Shard, Progression, Regenerating Test Mage. Kind of awkward. Shroud's Horn Splicer, Aetherhound, and a Forebear. Now look at that. 10-16 Slayer at cycle 2. With a Oros to follow us up. Alright. Let's see what else we got. So I think I'll do one more box after this, and then we will call it a night. Alright, let's open up this Necram deck here. Alright, Abyssal Spirit, Bloodlord, Crypt Hunter, Predator, Ritual, Restless Dead, Sacrifice Chamber, Stout Maw, Stout Moeba, Vile Death Seeker, which I guess at worst case is just a removal spell, because it triggers itself. And we got a Nyx Nekia. Okay, I'm going to have Vile. I think Death Seeker is a nice one to have it on. Arrogant War Charger, Combat Allomancer, Energy Surge, Guard Archivist, Betrayer Hantu. Nice. That linger for a second. Metamine Warden, Renewal, Seal of Avalon, a Shardbound Vexer, and a Venerable Juggernaut. With a Ironbeard. Very nice. How many mages do we have for that Allomancer? Just the Vexer? Yeah. So yeah, Betrayer Hantu. Very nice. I mean, I think it's like the second Hantu we've opened tonight, and that one has a Betrayer. Alright, Combat Breaker. Disintegrate. Emboldened Gale Carrier, Firebranding Warstoker, Ritual, Lava Field, Heroes, Scorchmane, Volcanic Heart, Greater, bleh. You know, a Seer with a Korok. Alrighty. And we got Dendrify, Druid's Chant, Elysian Shard, Shaman's Chant. Whoa. Look how fast we got to the letter S. Shaman's Channeling, Shard Plate Behemoth, Shepherding Willow, Betrayer, Stampeding Mongosaur, Stout Featherfang, Uprising Aetherhound, and a Wolfstar Djinn. Very interesting. Haven't seen Mongosaur in Utera before. And Oros is our guy there. I have to look forward to all the scanning I'm going to have to do. Yeah, so for those that are watching, it may be a while before these decks end up on the website, but at least you get a preview. Alright, probably last box for tonight. We got through a case and a half. Or will have gotten through a case and a half. Yeah, I think out of everything, that Tempe stack was probably one of the best. Not sure anything can really top that, but we'll see. Ardent Spirit, Blight School Bomb, Covetous Bloodlord, Dark Shaper, Desecrating Demon, Dissipating Spectre, Haunting Creeper, Malicious Terror, Engulfer, Sacrifice Chamber. Okay. It's got all the fun, weird stealth creatures. And we've got a Circe for our Forgeborn. Yeah, this is definitely like a case. These cases are trying to hide all the Hantus from us. Except for the Betrayer, I guess. Alright. Got the Patroller. Justicar. A Citadel Warcharger. Interesting. Energy Surge. Lucid Echoes. Juggernaut. Sentinel. Stout Guide. Silver Arc. And a Zapping Hacker. Yeah, all my Hantu luck was on the Aloyan one, you're right. Mind Wipe, etc., etc. Cobalt. Alright, here we go. Aether Tap, Ardent Smash Fist, Deep Frost Guardian, Elementalist Knight, Everflame Spirit, Invoker, Ice Storm, Watchdog, Mongosaur, and Stone Skin. With a Sunder, Outwit Gathering, and Summon Swarm. Alright, Carnivorous Taro. See ya. Do some fun. So I guess what you want to see with the Taro and set 3 decks is probably like a Shepherding Willow, is like a repeat life gain source. Kind of like what you want to see it for the Arbors. Alright, Taro, Dendrify, Druid's Chant, Hardshell. Yep, there's the Willow. Spring Bloom, Packmaster. Alpha, we got the Sower, okay. Slayer and Forebear. So no, like, removal, but definitely some good creatures there. And Nova, Evolution, Might, and Unite. No, it's just one? Okay. Hey, Circe's Call making an appearance for the first time tonight. So this will probably have a pretty decent spell count in here, maybe. Fortunately, no Blight Witch to go with it. Alright, Circe's Call. Coldheart Brute. Covetous Bloodlord. Dissipating Spectre. Mausoleum. Hag. Drake. Moeba. Necrolord Yorick. And a Restless Dead. With a Circe at for our Forgeborn. Gotta have Circe if you got Circe's Call going on. Hantu's still hiding from us. Alright. Loyal Patroller, Brigard Carrier, Electronet, Prepared Archivist, Reconstruct, Soul Cipher, Sentinel, Infiltrator, Steel Eye Researcher, and the Silver Arc. With an Ironbeard. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of so-so. I agree. Alright. Adrius. A Tor. Blizzard Shaman. Disintegrate. Lava Field. Mount of Heroes. Sparking Giant. Mongosaur. Warstoker. And a Windweaver. A Seer. This would be a nice deck to have a Shard back. But we did not get that. Alright. Summon the Swarm, Storm, and Outwit. Alright, onto the Utera deck. Alright, Cherish Shrine. Hardshell Beetle, Lycian Shard, Rager, Willow, Spirit Charm, Spring Bloom Bear, Alpha, Mender, and a Venerable Featherfang. With Oros as our Forgeborn. Down to 2 more of these tonight. Alright, Mr. Cold Hard Brute, let's see if we can get an Exalt in here that sticks around for multiple turns, so you can have 2 of it. Not those self-destructing ones like a Sacrifice Chamber. I think that's one of the fallacies on the Cold Hard Brute is getting decks that don't have a Exalt they can have more than one of and play at a time, like a Sacrifice Chamber. Alright, we got the Cold Heart Brute, Combat Direhound, Corpse Host, okay, well, there you go. Dissipating Spectre, Dreadbolt, Explosive Demise, Haunting Shardwitch, Drake, Engulfer, and Embrace. So there wasn't any... Oh, yeah, I guess the only Exalt is the... is this one, so yeah, you can't have more than one out at a time. Womp womp. Alright. Loyal Sage. Ardent Elemencer. Bolstering Archivist. Espionage, okay, that's back. Lightforged Sentry, Mech Armory, Metamind Warden, Portatron, Reconstruct, and the Spiritforged Sentinel with a Crux Cobalt. Bending Stonefist, Adrius the Butcher, Charger Mammoth, Deep Frost Guardian, Elementalist Knight, Emboldened Brawler, Emboldened Warhound, Fleetworm, Lava Field Watchdog, and a Mount of Heroes with a Sunder. And then we got this Utera deck here. Let's see what's in here. Featherfang, Ferocious Aetherhound, Might of Trees, Decayosaur, Breakwood, Preserved Habitat, okay. Behemoth, Spiky Hunter, and a Spirit Charm, and a Mender. With a Nova. Oops. Okay. Plastics everywhere. Too much static. Alright. Well, final pack of the night. Let's see if we can end it with a banger. Got a nice Ardent Maw on top there. We still have a somewhat of a body to work with there. Alright, Ardent Maw, Blightskull Bomb, a Brood Wildman, interesting. Corpse Host, Corpus Cliffs, Desecrating Demon, Dissipating Spectre, Gloom Reaper Hag, Stout Shard Witch, Varric's Embrace. So 2 exalted creatures and a couple exalts to go with it. And Circe's for our Forgeborn. So no more frauds. Unless we get a Betrayer one. At least not tonight. Maybe next time I do one of these. Get some more. All right. Advancing Prophet. Aerial Assault. Monolith. Patroller. Sentry. War Charger. Vexer, Sentinel, Tactician, and Virtuoso. With a Steel Rosetta. Alright. Betting Worm. Aether Tap. Oh, a Betrayer Deep Branch Prowler. That's pretty cool. Number 2. Deep Frost Guardian. Elementalist Knight. Flamebreak Invoker. Mount of Heroes. Nargoth Commander. A Rolling Shardback to go with our Mount of Heroes. Stone Skin to go with our Shardback. And Korok as our Forgeborn. It's kind of an interesting deck. I mean, Deep Branch Prowler doesn't really work with Mount of Heroes, but, you know, it's not like you would want synergy in your deck. Yeah, Rolling Shardback is interesting, especially since you have that Mount of Heroes. You can roll it into the lane. Alright. Botanimate. Cultivating Guardian, Deep Branch Prowler, Druid's Chant, Eidolon, Hardshell Beetle, got a Preserved Habitat, Spiky Elk, that's a nice one, Uprising Wildman, and a Venerable Raptor with an Oros for our Forgeborn. Alright guys, so I think that is the end of it for tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me while I opened all these decks. Definitely appreciate it. I will, I still have this case with 3 more boxes and another case to go through. And like I said, it's probably going to be a little while before these get on the site. There's a lot of work that goes into scanning them and packing them and sorting them. So I can find them once I do sell them. So, and then all the pricing that goes along with it. So it might be a while before you see some of these. I don't know that anything really stood out to me that I would want to keep for myself. So most of the stuff should show up on the website, but you never know. I may take one or two of them for a test drive here or there before I put them on the site. So anyway, thanks guys for hanging out with me, and I will post in the Discord if I do another one of these, hopefully sometime later this week.